for Sacramento. Carter comes in for Jones. And for the Suns, Kevin Durant comes in for Cody Martin. And Hart subbed in for Jordan McLaughlin. Durant with the steal. Harden with it. And it's Carter picking him up. He lobs up the end and Toppin throws it down.
Just watch James Harden. It's beautiful. He plays at his own pace. He reads the floor as well as anybody in the game.
Carter against Harden. Outside DeRozan. Green with a screen on Hart. Just 5 to shoot.
3 minutes remaining in the first.
Here's DeRozan. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
The veteran DeMar DeRozan, RJ, a terrific player, a great scorer.
And he's been doing it for a long time. He has been an elite scorer since he picked up a basketball.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Sabonis comes in for Bam Adebayo. And Jones subbed in for Draymond Green. Towns. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
And Towns is solid at getting strong position on the glass. Terrific work.
Here's Harden. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on James Harden. RJ, one league rule that has gotten a lot of attention. Carrying the basketball.
Oh, these guys carry the ball at a ridiculous rate. Even Allen Iverson used to do it, and then eventually he took it out of his game. But yeah, the referees could clean it up a little bit, I'll be honest.
And the Kings making a change here. Griffin's checked in. Towns kicks to Hart. Towns sets the pick for Hart. That does not fall. Still looking for his first basket after 3 shots. Carter dishes to Murray. Kicks it out to Jones. Murray looking around. And it's blocked. Hart against Jones. It's Durant on the wing. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Griffin passes to Jones. Harden against Carter. Over Harden. And Carter with the basket on the assist by Griffin.
That's more than enough space for him to get that shot.
Toppin inside. Murray on him. Toppin can't get it to go. Outside, Jones. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. And yes, it's good. And now just a 5-point Suns lead.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Durant kicks to Toppin. Pass to Towns. Harden outside. Here's Toppin. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Toppin's got 5.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Here's Carter. 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. The Kings shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The first free throw is good. Carter hits them both. And so it's the Phoenix Suns with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the 3rd quarter underway.
I've got a good idea who I want to see make the cut. So far, these results are close, but I know what I'm thinking. It's right there.
All right, looking back now at that first half, a bit of a hill to climb for the Sacramento Kings. Thanks for joining us.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Towns, he's really been playing well.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. We've got Durant. Josh Hart out there with Lee. Then it's Jones. And it's Towns in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Carter against Lee. From 11 feet away. And it's Carter missing. Suns leading by 8. And here is Lee. Durant, no good. And up the court come the Kings on the break. Ellis, that's good.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
And making sure they convert by finishing strong.
Lee against Carter. Lee, that's good. Lee's got 4 points now in the quarter.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Murray finds Carter. Back to Murray. Lets the 3 fly. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Murray's got his second bucket of the night.
There's a big need for players like Murray, a player who can do damage as a spot-up shooter.
And Towns throws it down.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. The 11th footer. And with that, the Phoenix lead is cut down now to just 5 in the bucket from DeRozan.
That's his bread and butter, DeRozan, one of the great mid-range shooters in this game.
You know, RJ, we talk about DeMar DeRozan scoring, but he's also a terrific passer.
Yeah, his first couple years in the league, DeRozan averaged less than 2 assists a game. Now, making plays for others is a big part of his game.
Lee with the block. They recover it.
A firm denial by Towns, knocking it away with that tremendous lift.
Jones kicks to Towns. High post shot. At the elbow, Lee. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Durant with a screen on Sabonis. From past the arc. And it's Durant missing. The Kings trail by 7. Ellis dishes to Carter. 1:16 left in the third. Murray outside. 6 on the shot clock. Launches a 3. And it's sent back by KD. The shot's good from Carter.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Carter. James Harden, he's checked in for the Suns. To the middle. Outside for Durant. Jones with the screen on DeRozan. The offensive rebound. Jones finds KD. And the 3 off target.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, that's it right now. He's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
And what a day on the glass for a guy who's given up a lot of size out on the floor.
Some changes for Sacramento. Adebayo is checked in for Sabonis. A.J. Griffin comes in for Murray. And Jones subbed in for Ellis. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Pass to Towns. Back to Lee. Jones with the screen on Jones. And a wide open look for Lee. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lee's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. We've got Murray. Carter out there with Griffin. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Green in at the 4. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Carter, the pass to Adebayo. He's off on that one. Some solid defense there from KD.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Carter, and what? That one goes careening off the glass.
Ooh, nice hustle on defense from him, showing a willingness to make an impact on this end. Okay.
And there's some entertainment value in the windmill.
Oh, a rim shaker and a wrist breaker. Adebayo kicks to Green. Here's Griffin. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Suns leading by 9. Here's Topping. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got his 4th assist in this one.
Such a great passer at his position. Dimes like this are why KD is a winner.
And so it's Mike Brown here calling timeout. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away. And some changes here for the Kings. Sabonis, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Ellison for A.J. Griffin. And then for Phoenix, Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Edey. Jones comes in for Toppin. And Lee subbed in for James Harden. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, thanks, guys. Was able to hear Mike Brown during the break. He was calm when he told the team, if we play hard, we'll win this game. Let's keep the effort level up defensively. Coach talking about defense? Crazy. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Got that one up quick. KD's got the lead up to 14 now for the Suns. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And DeRozan with the basket on the assist by Carter. DeRozan's got 4 points this quarter.
And if you were wondering why you can't give DeMar DeRozan these avenues, it's because he will bully his way to the rim if he sees space.
Here's KD. And he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
If he has space in the mid-range, he'll let it fly. Doesn't matter if the score is tied or they are up big. You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
Towns sets the pick for Lee. He takes it in. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Suns.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
But you know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Boomer.
And let's just say this, the name of the game is scoring, and yes, he provided that tonight. You're welcome.
Buries it from 3-point range. And the Suns lead by 16.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
And as it should be, to be this dominant on another team's floor, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
Lee with the block, and so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here.
Substituting on the court.
Outside Griffin. 5 to shoot. Launches it. That shot missing.
Well, he's not the tallest guy on the roster, but man, can he board or what?
And it goes down 2 points.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Here's Spencer. Pass to Tyler. From beyond the arc. Sinks the triple. 9 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Durant for 3. Again, the miss by KD. Tipped away. So it's the Suns winning easily here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead. Much appreciated, David. And that about that wraps it up. Along with Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David Aldridge.
I'm finna take it there. This time around, I'ma make it clear. Spoke some things into the universe and they appear. I say it's worth it, I won't say it's fair. Find your purpose or you wasting there. Though y'all scared. Eyes open, I can see it clear. They don't make them bar none, they don't make them real. They don't make it where I'm from, they don't take it here. They ain't seeing due time, I be making meals. Bossed up in this game, I've been making deals. Get your lawyer on the phone, we can make it real. I got checks and balance, I flex dramatic. Other 50 on my neck, just my reckless habit. Ain't no on my rap, disrespect is savage. I make one phone call and the rest get handled. It's just another front step with candles. No message from the we accept your challenge.
And all over the floor, you can see each player preparing for the game. And happy weekend, everyone. It's the NBA. And, Coach, about halfway through the season now, players starting to feel the wear and tear, it would seem.
Yeah, but, Brian, I think it's even more mental than physical. It's the preparing for games every night, competing against the best players in the world. It takes a toll on everybody, players, coaches. You just got to bring great energy and enthusiasm every night.
And the starting group for the Celtics. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. The two Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, roaming the paint. Clock at 4. And here's Brown for 3. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Here's Lee. Towns on a screen. Here's the teardrop. And the basket by Lee.
And now the game is really starting to flow. We should be in for a good one.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
Now here's Holiday. And right now he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. Releases. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Holiday gives them a steady option with his jump shot. That's a nice asset to have.
And, Coach, a perennial all-defense performer, Drew Holiday. Fearsome at that end of the floor in particular.
Yeah, Brian, he's as good a defensive guard as there is. Great size and strength at the point guard spot. You combine that with his IQ and his competitive will, he is a problem on a nightly basis.
Here's White. The Suns getting their last shot to go. Brown, no good. Here's Lee. He's guarded by White. Lee into the lane. Oh!
Wow!
And the powerful one-handed slam.
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Tatum gets the bucket.
Well, look at how his team works to get Tatum set up for success. Feeding him when he's ready to fight.
Now here's Towns. A steady offensive force, averaging around 32.5 a game.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Holiday. He powers it home.
Look, you know coming in that Holiday is aggressive. He will try to force you to bend to his will.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to bring basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there.
And Tatum takes a lot of threes, and you see why, given he has this kind of accuracy.
Phoenix making some changes. Toppin. He's checked in for Jones. Martin comes in for Hart, and it's James Harden in for Lee. So Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. Cadiz checked in for Kristaps Porzingis. Bay comes in for Jason Tatum. Brown, he's checked in for White. And T.J. McConnell subbed in for Holiday. Now here's McConnell. 8 points in his last time out. Outside, Brown. Pass to McConnell. Shoots over Harden. Another shot. Queta gets the bucket.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
Yeah, great heads-up play by Durant. Reading the floor and finding the guy with the best shot available.
McConnell outside. Beyond the arc. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And for Boston guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they've really been racking up three-pointers in bunches. They've been so impressive to watch.
And with each made three, their confidence continues to build. Their opposition might want to change their approach to try to slow them down.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Saddiq Bey out there with Jason Tatum. Then it's Xavier Tillman. Then it's Bruce Brown. And it's McConnell in at the point guard position. Now here's Towns. His last outing, we saw him score 22.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take two from the free throw line. It goes on Obi Toppin. It's his first trip to the line. Stan, your coaching career started in the 1980s. How are players different today versus then?
Well, look, players have always shared one thing. They want to be the best that they can be, and they want to win games. But the players now are bigger, faster, stronger, and more skilled. The rules have changed, so the game's a little bit less physical, particularly at the NBA level, but the players are just better.
So it's Boston now, after the basket by Phoenix on the other end. Brown against Hart. Puts up a three. Tatum way outside. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. Boy, this team is on a heater right now. 16 wins in a row, and they've shown no signs of slowing down.
Well, just to be able to be on the call and see these guys in person is a real treat. They've been the talk of the NBA during this streak. The question now becomes, can they sustain the focus and level of intensity? They are looking quite comfortably in control, so it's going to be interesting to see.
Coffee on the wing. He's covered by Bey. Here's Toppin. Sweet little floater. Toppin's got his first 2 points.
Showing off with the floater game. Not a shot you can swat.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Phoenix making some changes. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Coffee. And it's Lee in for James Harden. So Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Tillman. Brown comes in for Bey. White, he's checked in for Brown. And Holiday subbed in for McConnell. Now here's Towns. Back to Lee. Jacks up a three. Counted from distance. Lee's got 9.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Inside, White gets it to go.
Well, I like how White has upgraded his ball handling over the years. A big part of his growth.
Towns is screen on Holiday from behind the arc. Towns can't get it to go.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Tatum. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
Lee on the wing. Outside Durant. Back to Lee. Out to the right wing. Here's Towns. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Well, you know, usually you want to foul a seventh player, but not Towns. He's excellent at the line.
And the Celtics making a change here. Base checked in.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
To the paint. And the slam dunk by Toppin.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass. It's Brown on the wing. The ball's knocked loose. Pass to White. Bay left side. And a miss there on the triple. And it's Phoenix's ball. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. There's a screen by Toppin. Throws it up high. Throw it down on the lob.
Oh, great teamwork right there.
Hey, you got to love the finish. Bringing it down with some attitude. Brown inside. Guarded by Toppin. Outside, Brown. For three. It's hauled in by the Suns. And this is their first time matched up with the Celtics this year.
And they swept the team last season. Got the upper hand and sustained the momentum.
Well, disparity in talent has been clear-cut. But it's another season and another opportunity to turn the table.
And so it's Phoenix finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and pressuring shooters. Back after this.
You can almost taste All-Star Weekend. The celebrations on and off the court. Shaq, you know all about that. Let me hear some memories.
And looking back on that first half, it certainly hasn't gone as planned for the Celtics.
They're not applying it.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our...
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Celtics trail by 8. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Kevin Durant. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Josh Hart. And it's Lee in at the point. And that's the group from Mike Budenholzer as we begin the second half.
With his feet set, Tatum's going to make you pay.
And the Suns shooting really well in this matchup. 62% from the floor. And the basket by Lee. Lee's got 11 points.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
The Celtics shooting just under 40% from the field. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
Well, that's Holiday using the threat of the drive to get defenders on their heels, and then he pulls the string.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. This is so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Pass to Holiday. White on the wing. He's covered by Hart. And here's Brown for three. And again, Boston with the triple.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Next up, they'll face the Nuggets in Denver. That kicks off a 5-game road trip to the club. Durant for three. Lee on the wing. He's covered by Holiday. The kick to Durant. Goes back up. And another basket for Phoenix.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. And with today's switching defensive style, versatile wing players are tremendously in demand, Coach.
Yeah, well, position now, Brian, comes down to who can you guard. And guys that can guard 3, 4, 5 different positions, those 6'7", 6'8" guys are often able to do that, and they are extremely valuable.
Towns passes to Lee. Towns a screen on Holiday. Towns outside. Clock at 6. Good D by Porzingis. And it's Holiday with the ball for the Celtics. 7-point differential. Outside Porzingis. Oh, the deep ball from Porzingis.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Here's Lee. And he makes it on the layup. Lee's gotten 4 this quarter.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Outside Porzingis. Back to Holiday. Hard against White. Lets it go from deep. And it's Lee with the rebound. Lee's got 4 rebounds in the game. The kick to Durant. Back to Lee. Towns outside. The 3. Buries it from 3. Towns has got 8.
Towns really stretches the defense all the way out to the end.
Holiday passes to Brown. Back to Holiday. Outside White. Launches a 3. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. Lee's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Durant powers through the contact to finish inside.
Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the 3 ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring.
Good on the shot. He's got 9.
What a move by Holiday, using the dribble to free himself up.
The Suns lead by 9. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The kick to Durant. Back to Lee. Can he keep it going? And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his first foul of the game.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Tatum. He's got 10. Takes the 3. Boston again missing. Here's Lee. And so it's Phoenix with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. And it's mostly due to their... And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. 0 chance to stop it.
Now that is an elite level dig. What a great pass.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the floor for Boston, Bruce Brown is out there with T.J. McConnell. Then there's Jason Tatum. Then there's Sadiq Bey. And it's Tillman in at the 5, down low. Bey passes to McConnell. The shake. And Toppin pulls it down.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Here's Durant. Outside for Harden. The 3 is up. And that comes off the assist by Durant. Harden's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. So Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. Porzingis has checked in for Tillman. Brown comes in for Bey. Derek White's checked in for Brown. And Drew Holiday is subbed in for McConnell. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. Coach wanted his guys to ignore the scoreboard. He said, don't even look at the numbers. Just take it possession by possession. Make every chance count, and we'll see where we stand at the end of this game. Back to you guys.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
Honestly, guys, I don't know how you defend Towns as the screener in this action. He can slip, roll, pop out.
Outside Tatum to stop the run. Tatum drills the 3.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Here's Lee. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. And the Suns lead by 15.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Porzingis sets a screen. Tatum from long range. And it's Lee with the rebound. The Suns lead by 15. Pass to Towns. Back to Lee. Towns on a screen. Fires from deep. Right side Durant. Shoots over Tatum. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Towns. Celtics trail by 15. A minute 39 left in the fourth quarter here. There's Tatum with the three. That's bucket number 5. Timeout. He's 5 for 12 now.
Yeah, no question. Tatum can take over a game at a moment's notice.
There's a minute 34 left in the fourth. Lee into the lane. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
He is torching a defense that simply has no answers for him.
Boston's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Tatum from long range. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. Lee's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. You know, Grant, we've seen career performances in the play-in tournament. But the stats don't count for regular season or the playoffs.
You know, that's crazy, B.A. So let's just count them as playoff stats. It used to be only 3 rounds instead of 4, so there is a precedent to adding more games to the official postseason.
So Boston ends up going with a new group. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Toppin. 3-pointer. Kept alive. Pass to Edey. Outside for Harden. Fires for 3. Lee on the wing. Lets the 3 fly. That one's true. And that's 9 for 12 for him now.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
McConnell with it. He's picked up by Jones. Bay against Toppin. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. And there's the lob. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
McConnell outside. So no problem for Phoenix as they get the win. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving it.
Baby, I can't help it, everything about me toxic. Not so big, I can't fit it in a while. Can't move how I move, baby. Tell stop and me's when we lean, when we pull up with. Yeah, it ain't for me to pop it. Too bad. Top drive, I be running to a check, I be sprinting to